Good morning, everybody. I'm not sure if this will make a video or not. I'm out today for the first time in like 3 months with Stefan, someone new. I'm super excited to be diving Miller's Point. Also, the first time using a gun with a reel. So I've upgraded from a 700 to 1000, and we're going to try and see if we can get a khali or two. So yeah, let's get it going.
Now, I'm going to change up this video. I'm going to be talking you through exactly what's going through my mind and my thought process as the dive continues. Now, something that I do want to mention is that I did in fact get my first khali, but the camera died just before shooting it. So here's a quick clip to save you some time. It weighed in at around 1.6 kilograms and 44 centimeters. Super stoked. Now, the first thing I noticed when I got into the water that it was cold, and I mean really cold. 13 degrees, around about 14 degrees maybe, but great visibility. After loading up the 1000 size Speargun for the first time, I was off to try and get into some deeper water. Now I thought I could get over this kelp and through these rocks, which would just be a straight road onto the spot I wanted to dive. But as you can see, the current was literally just too strong. And with the surge and the rolling water coming through the kelp, I'm just not strong enough swimmer or experienced enough to make it through. Now, as you can see, there's going to be water rolling over me. So I'm trying to keep my Speargun out of the kelp so it doesn't get stuck, as well as away from my diving partner in not his direction. So if anything happens, I know the gun is loaded. It can't go off and hurt him. I think this is one of the first things I've had to adapt to, is to think of it as you've got a loaded gun in the water. Once we got into some open water, I went down for my first dive in months, you know, just to equalize a bit, feel the water depth change, and I can't explain how amazing this feeling was. Here you can see me just playing with the ground a bit, and really just such an amazing day to be in the water. Perhaps it was the cold, but the water really was not that fishy to me. Tons and tons of these small schools of hotties, or Cape Bream, or whatever you want to call it. Some small jutjaws as well. Obviously you're going to find your small red Romans in Millers, but nothing really catching my eye in the first, let's say, 30 minutes of dive. Decided to do another drop over here to check down. I thought, you know what, this might be a nice spot for some fish to come past. Slowly, just calmly going down, holding onto a piece of kelp, but I soon realized there is absolutely no life between the kelp, so I just instantly went back up to save myself some breath and oxygen. Also, here you can see so clear at Miller's. This is an amazing visibility day. I went down to this small ledge area that I found. A lot of little critters on the ground. I thought this would be a great food source. A lot of fish, small fish around. So if I hold onto the ledge, something might swim past and I'd be able to get it. Some jutjaws over there, some hotties, but a few butterfish, nothing worth of size. So I didn't stick along or stick by for too long. Again, schools and schools of hotties, all undersized, so nothing worth taking. But if I had to feed a family of 12, I mean, I would be able to. So yeah, just a quick scroll around. Is there anything bigger swimming underneath? But let's see if I found anything or not. I heard the gun go off and followed up to my partner Stefan. He shot himself a small nice little jutjaw. There we mentioned that we both saw a Galjoen come past, the first of the day. Actually a decent size, but just way too skittish for either of us to try and take a shot. I decided to move closer to a bit more rolling water, a bit more movement in the water, hoping that there's a bit more fish life around there, especially for the gullies. As you can see, the water's rolling over these rocks. But I definitely underestimated exactly how much water flow or surge, if you want to call it, came through that area. As you can see, I dropped very soon, or close by. I'm gonna drop down, and it's like a wall of oxygenated water coming at me. I found a nice little gully, which I know the Galjoen likes to be in this rough water, in the small caves and gullies and stuff. So yeah, I'm patiently waiting, nothing coming past, which is unfortunate. Last time I was here, I found a very nice Jan brain, which was the first one that I've been able to shoot. Since then, I haven't seen another one, but as you can see, nothing comes past, and I'm just trying to stay in that area, see if the water flow stops, I can go through. Again, I was underrating how strong the current would be, and it actually pulled me over the rocks here in a bit. I tried getting through this gully to get to the other side because I know there was a nice little drop off there, but I just couldn't swim through, and I didn't want to go all the way around. I'm trying to get under the water here so it can roll over my back. Ran out of oxygen, went up, and I think you can take it from there from what happened. You're gonna see here as I come up and look on the rocks to my right, I hear water rushing. Almost taking my mask off my face, so I thought, you know what, safest thing here is just pedal out of there as fast as I can, get out of the whitewash. Even in these rough situations, you know, looking down and it's crystal clear below you, it's just such a nice feeling. I can't describe it. But I'm definitely at this point starting to get cold and a bit upset that I'm not seeing anything. Up to this point, I've seen one gully and maybe one butterfish of size. So my dad always said, you know, if the fish aren't around, break up a bit of food and they'll come. See, I'm trying to break a few urchins, but for the life of me, I just could not get them on so I could break them apart. It's actually quite funny if you think about it. There's already a few hotties coming closer waiting for it, and I just can't poke this thing. I'm missing every time. Here's another nice little view of the mountain. Wow, it's just stunning. Here we are getting close to the end of our dive, and I mean, have you ever seen visibility this good at Miller's Point? I definitely haven't. Super stoked on this day. Just unfortunately, I'm just not finding the fish that I'm looking for. I finally found a nice gully with some holes, so I'd say this is about one of the best dives of the day, or the most promising sides. As you can see, slow down. Found a little side pajama shark over there, checking under these ledges and under these rocks for any Romans or any Galjoen hiding. Spotted nothing, so tried playing with this little shark. And then as I turn around to go up, there's a slightly bigger one down as well. So said hi to him, went up to get my breath. Okay, so the GoPro died, but I actually got something in the end. My first ever Galjoen
He's still spasming, as you can see. Still twitching. I mean, what a beautiful fish.
Again, thank you very, very much for watching. 44 centimeters, 1.6 kilograms. My first khali at Miller's Point.